morning everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to film our March budget setup. I'm on a little bit of a time crunch here. I've been waiting for the sun to come out and it hasn't come out, so there's fake lighting going on. Sorry about that. I also need to get downtown because forms that I've been waiting for from two teachers, but one of them has turned them in and I need to go pick them up and drop them off at the doctor's office. And it's going to take about an hour of my time just in driving, not going in and dropping it off and then going to the doctor's and dropping it off and picking it up and dropping it off. Anyways, point being, I'm in a time crunch. I've also been waiting on my puppy to go to sleep. I kind of delayed this morning so I could wear her out. She is sleeping right next to me, dreaming. Well, it was cute. Now she's growling, but so we're gonna get to this quick. I'm not gonna be able to think my way through this, Lilo. I'm gonna pull these out. That's just a stack of papers I normally keep in here. Whenever the kids bring something home from school that requires payment or whenever the bills come in the mail, I just shove it in. Just shove it in here. Oh, Lilo. And then call it good to go. We're good to go. So we are in March currently, but we are still on February's paycheck, so that's why I come here. I did actually order a yearbook for my middle son because it was a $13 yearbook versus the outrageous one from the middle school. And as it's looking right now, I'm still waiting on 2 more automatic payments, and for the month to finish for my fuel, I just filled up last night. I left that receipt in the car, but it was 40 something, so about 150 something. But it's looking like we'll have about $65 and change left. It will not be going to Kohl's, and I'll explain why in a minute. That was out of focus, I'm sorry. Or out of frame, I'm sorry. I'll explain why in a minute that's not going to Kohl's, but once we're done with running around and I'm done filling up the car for the month, I can go through and recalculate all of this. But for now, we are looking to set up our March paycheck, which will go from March into April. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to set up our April calendar and write all the bills in, and then I'm going to, when I'm done with that, I'm going to come back and explain how we set up our budget. There are some pages in here, like our net worth and our debt, that I don't really want to show. And then I have Post-its just randomly throughout that are reminders of things that, again, very personal, don't want to show. Why did I even bother to put that back in there if I just took it back out? I don't know either. Okay, so this is our paycheck for March 13th through April 14th, because the April payday is not on a weekend, it's in the middle of the week, so 4/14. As I have mentioned, we are a one-income family. We live mostly off my husband's income. My income is very sporadic, and I actually made an income goal this month. Well, February, but it gets paid out this month, so yay! So there's my income, very small, but it helps. And then this is why February's extra money is not going to debt. Our February paycheck money is not going to debt. So over the last year, we've had some extra income come in a couple times a month, and I don't even think I can say where it's from just yet, other than civic duty, maybe, I don't know. But we've had some extra income come in over the last couple months, over the last year or so, and we just stashed it into savings because when it came to tax reporting time, we didn't know how much of it would, A, how much we would get, but B, would it put us into a different tax income bracket, and then C, how much would we owe on that. And it turned out for federal, it didn't really do much of anything. For state and local though, it did, and we had to pay. Usually local, we always break even. State, we pay like $3 each year. This was a little bit more this year, but either way, now that we know how much of that we needed to use to pay for these different taxes, we can use the rest. So what I'm going to do is I'm pulling 610 of that and 64 cents. I'm pulling that out of our savings, and we're putting it towards the Kohl's. I think he's going to get about 6,400. I know I'm getting about 110, and then we're pulling 610, 64 from savings to pay off the Kohl's card. And that gives us an estimated budget of $63.20.64 for the month. Savings and sinking funds. This is a little different this month. I uploaded a video not long ago about how to calculate sinking funds, and I decided to do that video because sinking funds are a really big question that gets asked, but I also wanted to film it because I had some sinking funds I needed to calculate. So I'll leave a link to that video below if you want to go watch it, if you're curious about how I got these numbers for these new sinking funds. If you want to calculate your own sinking funds, go watch that video. I'll leave it linked below. But our sinking funds, the non-monthly hasn't changed, gifting hasn't changed, medical has not changed, dental, no change there, no change in vision, truck. Here's where we're gonna hit a little bit of a difference. Normally I would put septic here. We are still saving up for our septic, but I take it out in cash, so I'm going to stick it over here with cash envelopes. These other two sinking funds, so instrument cleaning and back to school. So again, I'll leave a link below so you kind of know how I came up with the numbers for these two. I used the same process that I came up with the numbers for these two for all these others. We get into what our bills are. Actually, I'm going to write all these in first, and then I'm going to come back and explain them. As you will undoubtedly notice, that is not all of the bills. Some of them are not included on this side because I can't fit them. So I'm going to fit them in over here. So that should be everything. By the way, if this workbook looks like something that you'd be interested in, I have a copy of it up on Etsy. It is a printable, so you basically print out the pages front and back however you like. It is sized to a letter size, so 8.5 by 11. I print it at 82% and then I cut it to the Happy Planner size. That's just my preference. You're more than welcome to size it to however you want. It comes with undated months. It comes with undated paycheck budgets. And I did it that way because I wanted to be able to print however many I wanted. So, you know, if I messed up on this sheet, I could go print another one and not have to like rip it out or make a new one or paste in or whatever, I don't know. But I also want it to be very customizable. So some of the pages in that workbook I don't necessarily need right now, but I know that when we were beginning budgeting, they would have been very, very helpful to us. So again, it's an 80-page workbook. It's on Etsy. I'll link my Etsy shop below. If there's anything in it that you don't see that you would like, please let me know in the comments below and I will absolutely create an updated version. I'm not a very good salesman at all. That's not my forte. I just like creating things that are helpful to me, and I know others are interested in it and thinking it can help them too. All right, let's go down through this now that we are getting a ton of light in. Okay, D Chase, this is my husband's credit card. It only has our entertainment expenses on it, and we had actually canceled a few of them last month. I just realized there's still going to be a small bill on it due to billing cycles. So what I'd estimated 30, but I might want to estimate about 60. Simply because of these additional charges. His personal spending and my personal spending are going to this. He was very, very kind and bought me a computer so that I could get back onto YouTube. He bought me a computer for Christmas, so our personal spending is going to paying this off. It's at 0% interest. I just want to get it done with. K Chase. This is my Chase. It's $150 a month that I budget from the month. But if you've seen our last few months, I pay more. So it says $150, but down here I noted that $295 went to it. $150 for the monthly, $105 for Disney, and then something from Petco that I needed to get, and then same thing here. So $456 went to it. $150 was the monthly, $119 was that Chewy, and then the $187 Disney. Electric, we always budget $150. It's usually that in the summers. It's usually when the pool filter and the air conditioners are on. Lately it's been under $110, which is still very high for this time of year, and I can't for the life of me figure out why. I think their distribution charges went up, but I'm not sure. I haven't dug that deep into it. It's really not that big of a deal because it's still under what we budget. I'm sure when it goes over what I'm budgeting in the summer, I'll get nitty-gritty with it and look at past statements. Insurance. I budget $255 a month. This is a monthly payment plan on our car, our homeowner's insurance, and 5 life insurance policies. So there's 7 policies under this payment. Explorer. I like paying $340 a month. It's $337 and change on our car. I hate that we have another car payment again, but it was inevitable with where we live and how much I have to drive. We needed a reliable vehicle. Cell 2, this is my teenager's cell phone, my high schooler. I budget $50 a month for that. We go through Straight Talk. It's usually lower. This is just the monthly, I think it's unlimited. I don't know. We don't ever go through the amount that they give us because we do live rurally. Most of the time we're connected to Wi-Fi. Phones, we buy secondhand off eBay, and then, you know, we pay this really cheap monthly bill. I think it's cheap for where we live. House, $565. It's really $563 and change, but again, I round up just to make it prettier. Verizon, this is our home phone and internet. We do not have cell phone service where we live. So when one of the kids are sick, or if there's a delay or a closing, you know, the school can send out all the texts in the world. We won't get them on our cell phones. So our home phone is the main communication line. Hey City, this is about to be a snowball, so we're doing 100. DNelnet, my husband's student loans, my student loans, and then my cell phone. Okay, food. First of all, I want to say my cash envelopes this month and into next month are going to change a bit. We're going to go back to using debit. Overall, it's for the better. It's for the best. So I will budget these, and then, as no different than as I'm doing now, I will write the expenses in, color code them with my highlighters to keep track of it so we don't go over. Food, I'm still budgeting $700. Household 160. Allowance for the 3 kids is 60. They get 20 each. The 20 is composed of a $10 allowance for continuing to do the chores around the house that they're supposed to be doing, $10 for their lunch accounts, their school lunch accounts for the month. Sometimes they ask for it to be deposited. My daughter asked for it. She really wanted chicken nuggets at the school. My boys don't. They would rather hold on to it. Hair, 20. Pet/Chewy, I'm going to do 160. We had our auto ship come last month with all their food, and that's on an 8-week cycle. So this 160, I can't foresee me going through all of it. My puppy could use some more rawhides. She is out, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. And the miscellaneous, this along with septic, I will take out as cash just to have on hand just in case. But everything else is going to be debit cash envelopes. Fuel, I budget $300 a month. Some months I go through it all if the gas prices are really high and I'm driving around a whole bunch. Some months I don't if the gas prices are lower and I'm not driving around as much. But I have noticed the last couple weeks that the gas prices have gone up, and I am also driving around. I am downtown every single day of the week except for maybe one. Between play practice and after school activities and everything. So we're keeping this at $300. Therapy, as of now, my boys go 3 times each. So 6 copays is what I will need to pay. So this will be, I can't math that much right now. I can't work a calculator right now either. 90 is what I need to budget. Kohl's, this is going to be 610, 64. And that one will be gone, done, and over with. Dance, this is their dance class tuition. This is April tuition, so I have April and May tuition. I'm almost done with this year of dance. 185. This is all 3 kids. My oldest likes to take 1 dance class. My middle will take 2. They're back to back. 1 day a week, they're back to back classes, so I'm not driving down different days for that. And then my daughter does tumbling. The studio offers tumbling, and then she does back to back classes on another day of the week. They enjoy it, and I don't mind paying for 1 out of school activity. Now, if I was paying for, dance out of school and gymnastics and soccer, and, if I'm paying for all these activities for each of them that are out of school, I know my budget has its limits. They each do 1 thing out of school. They each want to do dance. They're continually doing dance, so that's what we stick to. Disney, my son's marching band is going to Disney later this year. Clarinet, my middle son's clarinet. He really enjoys playing the clarinet. That is the next one to get paid off. There should be enough money left over after this month that I can go through and go down and see if it's their payoff amount. And then my license renewal is coming up in May, beginning of May. And so since this paycheck goes from middle of March to middle of April, if I get it done early, it will probably be better than waiting until the last minute. Let's add all these up. I can't read. I swear I am dyslexic. That 5 looked like a 2 to me. Okay, so this part down here, I don't fill in until we get all the money. So when all the income comes in, mine won't come until later in the month. So when all the income comes in and what it actually is, that's what I write over here. This number will be the same, but then I'll write it here and then I'll subtract these 2 for what's remaining. As these are paid or come out as auto payments, I will fill in the number over here, and I keep an estimate down here in pencil just to kind of make sure we're still on track. So like for this month. See, I'm still waiting on these two, and it's in pencil. And so it's over here. I haven't filled this in yet because I'm still waiting, so it's not final. So that's kind of how I fill this part in. But in the meantime, our estimate for next month. Looking like we'll have $417 left to debt, and it's going to go to the clarinet. So between the $417 and whatever is remaining over here, it might be enough to pay off the clarinet. We rent it, we're on a 2-year lease as far as the rental goes. I like to pay it off as soon as possible. And what they do is when you go in, whatever's remaining on your rental lease, they allow you to pay it off at a 40% discount. So 60% of whatever's remaining is what I will pay. I have an estimate on a spreadsheet on my computer. I haven't updated it in a bit. I've been too busy, to be honest. I will do that before I go down to pay it off, to kind of make sure that what I'm estimating and what they're saying are in the same ballpark. But that's what's going to get paid off next. That's our setup for our March budget. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It's the greatest compliment that I can get. It lets me know that you like these videos and you want to see more of these videos. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them in the comments below. I enjoy reading them. Sometimes I do respond to them. I don't always though. I can't always. I just don't have the time for it, but I do read every single one of them. And if you want to see more videos like this, please click that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.